Getting parts.
That was an interesting thing. So I was at a party, and a lot of them guys, I don't want to call them
So how are you
boys.
looking at you?
It's not even like just like, hey, look, I walk into any room, I pull
Of
the
course, of
attention.
course,
I'm
of
not
course,
even,
of course.
and this is not me being cocky, guys. I'm just that girl.
Yes, yes,
Anywho,
yes.
so like a lot of the guys who were like, who thought they could chat to me
Yeah.
were, and then, for some reason, they asked me, how old am I? I'm like, uh, guess. I go guess. And
I'm your
then
mommy.
I'm the mother that mothered.
I mean,
I ain't your mate,
I'm,
baby.
I'm thinking that.
I'm
but-
your mother.
but
That's what my friend.
I'm not exactly saying it.
A friend of mine clocked 30 this year.
Yeah.
And she put on her story, happy birthday to me. I'm now your mommy.
I've always been their mommy. Anyways, and then this, I think like it's deliberate. Like there's somebody schooling this man to be saying the keyword 23. Because all of them just like kept going 23.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
He walks to be safe.
No, to be fair on
be safe.
the men, it's because now the growth rate is exponential to the age, and that is concerning. So I was watching a video from was one of the girls that used to be on the Breakfast Club before, and they were looking at a study that says that the age you should stop clubbing is 68.
69.
69. And I looked at that video, and what came to my mind is, now imagine you go to a club, you see a 65-year-old man.
Clubbing.
No, and that's normal. But see a 65-year-old man with an 18-year-old girl.
Yeah, the girls in the club is like, I mean, just reminds
And that's like
me.
the age bracket most times.
See,
the
that's
younger,
just-
the better.
That just reminds me of like when Nella Rose was like, not Nella Rose, the other girl, she was like, older men should not be perving on younger girls, and all of them were silent. Like none of them could dispute. And I'm like, that's creepy. Y'all pervs. That's creepy. But like anyways, they keep going 23. And I'm like, okay, 23, okay. How old are you? You know? And it's like, oh, 26. 26. I'm like,
I'm a young girl, dude. Look at me as a younger girl.
God,
So I was right.
So no, it's not even about being like the younger girl. I'm like, So I told one of them my age. He couldn't believe it. He could not. He's like, I'm lying. I'm like, no, I'm not. Then I look at I took a minute to like step out and look at the crowd, and I was like, oh, dang it. I'm probably one of the oldest persons here. But I didn't look anything like it. I wasn't acting like it. I don't talk like it. I don't act like
Which
it.
is good.
But I'm like, yeah, nah,
I'm your mother.
no, yeah. So I was like, yeah, call me mommy. And it's like, let me just give y'all like one quick.
That can be the name of your podcast.
Let me give y'all. Ooh, thank you. Call me Mama
mommy.
Sota. Do you know what Mama Sota means? It means big mommy.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And yeah, my men know to call me Mama Sota. Just say it. Anywho, then I met another girl over the weekend, and like I was outside a supermarket. We accidentally had the same drink in hand, and then I was like, I'm feeling chipper. I'm like, hi, what's winning? Cheers. And she's like, are you? She says the name of the school. I say, ha, I'm older than I look. I swear to God, I'm older than I look. I swear. She's like, no, because I was like, I can't, honey. I left uni 6 years ago. She was like, no. Or like, yeah. I left uni 6 years ago. So no, I don't go to your school. I don't go to your school, baby.
6 years is long ago.
Yeah, 6 years is a long time.
Almost
But
a decade.
it's just really interesting that it's just really interesting that the millennials somehow look way younger than the Gen Zs.
Yeah,
at this point.
yeah.
It's
We
in
might
the
start.
food.
We might start looking at. We might have a research, like a survey.
It's in the food.
It's
in the food. Yes, it's in the processed food.
Oh,
It is.
What about like? Could it be the parenting stuff we experienced? Could it be that it's now finally paying off? Because you also need to look at the psychological. The food is like the
Yeah.
physical. What about the psychological?
Yeah.
So should we start complaining that we're beaten, they slapped us, and there was now a reset button? So that might just be a research or a survey that we might just need to carry out.
Yeah.
Because actually, she's right.
Yes.
Millennials look younger.
Younger than their age, and the Gen Zs look older than
I
their
mean, we
age.
literally just saw a lady who turned 30, and we could not
could not
believe it.
believe.
She looked so freaking.
We had the youth copper here the other day, and when I asked her age, because I was just curious, just very curious.
As it was simply because of speech, right, and thought process.
Yes,
you can just tell. You know, when you hear them, I'm like, ah.
But if you see her outside with a man,
I will say
and
auntie,
she claims,
I'm literally gonna call her auntie because she.
Whoa.
I swear, I was gonna call her.
And I was
auntie.
like, but when I heard her speak, I was like, okay, now I need to. I was just curious to know how old
you are.
And then I heard the age. I was like,
y'all need to be careful out there, though.
The first question now, somebody approaches you.
How old are you?
Yeah.
Very important, because you can see 18,
right,
21, 22 looking
do
like they're
that.
26, 27. The
Yeah,
17-year-olds
You're
now,
right.
you have to be very careful.
Like they dress a certain way, like unless they like keep the innocence.
Yeah.
You're
They
right.
dress a certain way, honey. You're gonna mistake them for like people like in their 20s.
You're
And
right.
it's just really, really ridiculous. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, very right.
So I have this friend whose sisters. I mean, I saw her. I just stumbled on her social media. I say, I went to one. I sent it to her brother. I say, who is that? who is that girl? He says, I say, it's a lie. I recall her auntie. This is somebody I watched grow up.
Right.
So like we hadn't like now seen each other in like many years, and then I stumbled on you, and I'm like, that can't be you. Like, I had to go and reconfirm with her brother, like that. That's my own friend. That can't be your sister, right? Because I don't know, she's the one. I'm like, okay.
Time flies.
That will scare me now.
If you just joined in the conversation, 29 minutes to 10 this morning, Dr. Michael is in the house. It's Talking Therapy Tuesday. We got a message from one of our listeners who has been listening, and a teenager, by the way, who has concerns.
I'm interested in knowing how old this teenager is.
Plus or minus, they are below 18.
I mean, I know, right? And that would like inform the kind of how you want to help.
No, I think from a male perspective, let's start with reading the message.
First off, do we know that gender?
Male.
They're male.
Yes.
Oh God.
I remember the first time I heard a female. Is it radio friendly?
It is.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I think my first.
Let's read the message.
Okay.
Before you dive into it.
Let's read the message. So the message here says, "Good day, sir. I got your contact from Blast FM. I don't know if you can help me, sir. I have been struggling with masturbation and I have gotten addicted to it. Please, how can you help me overcome it?" He goes on to say, "Please, sir, I will appreciate it if you can help me, sir. I am a teenager and please, I don't want to ruin my life." Yes. Please, I don't want to ruin my life. No, yes, please. Stay away. Because the conversation, and when you sent me the message, when you sent me the message,
she laughed.
Yeah.
And I asked her, why was she smiling? Why was she laughing?
No, you don't want to know.
That is very funny.
So this is how I think I understand this. No, wait.
Please allow her.
And we allow her. But when I read the message, the first thing that came to mind is there's a religious side to how he thinks about this situation.
Right.
And how it has been modified for in the religious setting. I don't mean to say Christian, because I don't know much about Islam and how they see this.
Right.
But as Christians, it's the same, right?
Okay.
In the Christian doctrine, there is a part of where you can sin, and I can't remember how they say that thing, but where you can sin in your mind, right? And then they call masturbation a sin against your body, which quote unquote is the temple of God. So, and they make it, there is a whole narrative around masturbation that when you practice is the word is it practice? Is it practice? It's not practice. The word is not practice.
It's practice for it.
Let's use practice for time. Perform. Okay, when you perform masturbation, you are hindering yourself.
Why is it
your
performing?
blessing. It is a
Yeah,
performer.
the word is making me laugh.
Yeah.
Again,
Don't allow her. So when he says that, I go straight to how the narrative around masturbation is positioned as ruin your life. That's the narrative around masturbation, that is going to ruin your life if you do it.
He's really in pain.
The
guy is really in pain.
He is in pain because of the narrative around it that he has been fed, he has been programmed, the education, that has been programmed around masturbation. But I also understand the influence of where this comes from.
Right.
I think it was on one of my podcasts with my friends that we used to record, and we're talking about I think we're talking about sex on that podcast. I was like, a first experience for a lot of young boys on what sex is like is from pornography. And that most of the time, a huge part of the time, comes from the association that they have in school.
Right. Have you seen it?
Have you seen it? Have you watched it? But this is where the problem is that when they are in school with their friends, the conversation is not about masturbation, it's about the pornography. They don't talk about if they masturbate on their own. Maybe there's few circles where boys openly have that conversation about they use the word wanking.
And I really wish we can have that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And so it's a association. There is also the mind, how his mind has processed it.
Yeah.
And also the teenager developing emotions.
Wow.
Boys do not have we all have puberty, right? But girls have menstruation.
Yeah.
We boys maybe pimples.
Daniel,
wait, hold on.
You're blurring this line. Would you allow me?
Wait.
Like, can I clarify this for you?
Wait. This is boy that is dealing with this.
I know, but like
the angle will be different.
Just allow me clarify for you. But like, go on.
So that in its way, in itself, is how his body has now begun to respond to seeing those things.
Yeah.
Because there is an age when you see if you by chance get exposed to that, your mind doesn't process it in any form.
Or you see a woman.
You see a woman, you don't think of any.
Your spec especially.
So, but as you get older, you begin to develop that romantic likeness to a person,
which is normal.
Which is normal.
Which is good.
Thank you very much. I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for giving me the
opportunity.
my mind. Oh my God, where do I start from? So, like, I hear him say this, and I am a young girl again in secondary school,
right,
who has to interact. I've always interacted with the boys, right? I used to think of myself as one of the boys. Like I said on the show that I was on yesterday, like I never knew like I was being treated differently because I was a girl, like up until like I got to uni. Because I grew up in an environment where like you pick what you want to be. Like I just could never really identify. So yes, Daniel is right with the conversation around how masturbation has been painted, what it is. But as teenagers with raging hormones, like you're coming into
Gen Z,
not just the Gen Z-ness, you're coming into hormones that you do not understand, especially when you live in a society where it's not discussed, it's not talked about. You're shamed for it. You're asked to bury those feelings. You have to navigate on your own, either by information that you're exposed to. I had to navigate on my own. Luckily, I was a well-read kid. I'd been reading erotica since I was in primary school.
Right.
Yeah. Information.
And that doesn't mean it was right.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying that I had information. So I was not impressionable by the time I was in secondary school. I wasn't. I knew stuff.
Right.
I knew stuff from reading Every Woman. I knew stuff from reading freaking biology notes. I knew stuff.
Did that distract you?
Funnily, no.
How were you able to?
Not entirely. So I just think, like, again, I had information out, and there was also trial and error in a lot of the things that I did. I mean, I look back at my formative years, and I'm like, you actually handled that really good. You handled that really good. There was pressure. you're attracted to boys. You don't know
Yeah.
why.
Very
You
fine.
like how you feel when they touch you. You like how it feels when you go to steal a kiss.
Right.
Your heart, it makes my heart go fast. That's what Joe says. Joe says, I like stealing. It makes my heart go fast. So like they touch you, it makes your heart go fast. It makes the blood rush that comes. And I can imagine that for girls, because we're raised in a way that you're forced, you're caged
Right.
to suppress those feelings. So we learned control against our will.
Right.
Boys did not have that.
Right.
They
Right.
did not have control.
Wow.
Because
Praise the bell.
they were left alone to discover these things on their own.
Right.
We were forced to learn control because as girls, we grew up in a society where you're told if a boy touches you, you get pregnant. Right? You're seen talking to a boy. I was beating black and blue because
Jesus.
a boy wrote Olaide is my lover on the wall.
Jesus.
I didn't know anything about that.
If you forget that experience,
I can never. It's traumatic.
you go tell her.
Yes,
sorry.
I will. It was really
I'm
traumatic.
so
It really
sorry
was.
about that.
So like you had to learn. So like anytime those feelings are welling up inside of you, you will remember the
The blue and
beating.
black. And then suppress. Wow.
So you learned control, albeit it wasn't intentional.
When you become a public speaker, like when you start speaking, when you start granting,
It was accidental.
We had one yesterday.
It was.
is video out?
Yes, it is.
I've not seen it.
I've not posted.
I posted the link. Okay, you're not on my one. That's fine.
On Instagram, you're not planning
I
to
haven't
post
put
on
it on
Instagram.
Instagram, but I will. I just might put it on Instagram.
You
So
just
here's the thing. I had a friend who told me that for men, imagine what it is like constantly thinking about sex up until you're 25.
Yeah.
Like you're constantly thinking about sex.
And no education, which is where I
With-
think
like
the
that,
others
so that's where I was going. Like
Yes.
you live in a society where there's shame, where you've not been told what to do with those
those
thoughts.
emotions, yes.
But women now throw the whatever away at 30, and then they don't.
Yes,
say,
now
you
because
know,
me at 30K. No. Wait, I am almost 30.
you don't throw the control away.
So when you are coming to the realization of who you
I
are
don't-
and your
when you throw the
sexuality,
control away.
no, let's not do that. That information is not for them. It's for me. That's for me to know and for
Okay.
and for whoever it is that wants to be a part of my life. So like that's different. So yes, I see it in a way like, and when something is so sweet,
Yeah.
when you discover something like it's and you do
Pleasurable
not
or
have
pleasure.
control.
Right.
You've not learned control.
Yeah.
That's where you find yourself in addiction. That's why men struggle with masturbation.
And the addiction there is talking about the fact that it's affecting their daily activity.
Yes.
That's what addiction does.
So
Yes.
if not that it's been affecting his daily,
Daily
activities. It's not
activities.
probably not going to bring it up.
It's not going to bring
Just like we were taught in medical school that the major thing that brings people to the hospital is pain.
Mm.
If it's not painful,
They won't come.
Dr. Michaels, I'll tell you something. At one time, I want to say I was assaulted, but it wasn't like I was. So when we say assault, you immediately imagine violence. It's not always violent.
Yeah.
right?
So this is why I would never body bike with anyone that I don't know anymore.
Right.
Right.
Mm.
Do you know how weird and ridiculous it is that I'm sat on the bike?
Mhm.
I don't feel safe sitting at the back.
Right.
Because why would I put somebody who's taller than me or bigger than me behind me? Like I'm sitting behind them. I feel so tiny behind you. So
Right.
it feels unsafe for me.
Yeah.
So it's always like, okay, I'll sit in the middle.
Mhm.
So this day I was in a hurry. I really needed to get to work because I had gone to see my stylist. But I needed to get back to work to reach 7 p.m. I was rushing. So this person comes and is like, can I join you? And I'm like, okay, fine. Join me. This man was grinding up on me. It was really disgusting. Like this, I've never said this. I've never said this out. Like I've said this to my friend, but this is the first time I'm sharing it on like national radio. And I've had this conversation. And like there's so many women who have had to deal with this. It's so disgusting. Like was so bad that he was like I was.
We are so sorry.
So you want to say, why didn't you push him off? Why didn't you? I was stunned. I was too stunned to understand what was going on. And everyone was trying to get off. This person gets off. And you could tell that they had. And I was just like, nah, that's disgusting. So now that's somebody who does not have control. As well.
Mm.
And you're right.
Right. So I had to like find the grace to like, okay, it was no fault of mine. They did not have control.
Right.
I was just a victim.
This is highly incredible.
I was just a victim. So control is something that we
The
need
control.
to teach. That you're in control of your body, your thoughts, maybe not entirely, but your mind.
Yeah.
You're in control of your mind.
With proper education.
Yes.
Even the control that women have to is like questionable too.
It was forced upon us.
Exactly. But imagine them having that control with proper education.
Education, yeah. So go on.
Very intelligent.
Stay with us this morning. Still
okay.
the blast rise.
Okay, we'll be back.
And when we come back, Dr. Michael would
would
be focusing more on dealing with the addiction,
Right.
which the young man has spoken about. And please, you can be part of this conversation. You can send us a text, a WhatsApp message, or a voice note on 0811 183 1983 or 081 11 83 1983. Stay with us. Still the blast rise.
Many thanks for staying with us. It's still the blast rise. Dr. Michael's in the house. We are treating a text message that had come in last week when we were on the show. A young man, a young man who's in his teens has a problem, has a masturbation addiction. So I feel like it's we need to understand that addiction is the problem here, not the act in itself.
Okay, so
Found a smart way to say it, didn't I?
yeah, you're a woman. Women are highly intelligent. They would have made a punch before. What just happened?
Yeah. So the addiction here is the problem.
Right.
And I first want him to like find a way to break free from the shame of what he's doing.
Right.
Society has painted, like I've had conversations with grown men who would be like, never. But then they're the ones who coerce people into sexual intercourse.
Right.
Coercion. Do you know that's also sexual assault, young man?
You don't need to like frown.
I'm not frowning. All right. No. I just need to like, hi, did you know that the moment when you're like begging you, please now, do you know that's sexual assault? Do you know that that's sexual assault? Do you know that you have assaulted someone? Because they said yes, eventually does not mean that they wanted to do it.
Right.
No.
That's powerful.
Coercion is not consent, people. Begging for it is not consent. Do you even know how disgusting it is that you're doing that to yourself?
You don't even need to beg for it.
Exactly. You shouldn't have
You're
to.
so valuable.
You shouldn't have to.
And then,
like, don't you like yourself?
And then women are, or they already aware that they are like, a woman is a price. But are men also aware
that they are also the price?
Yes.
Exactly.
And the moment you know that you are the price, you will never beg for it.
Zero self-value.
Yes.
It's insanity if you ask me.
Exactly.
Right? So we need to like first off dissociate the shame from the act.
Which comes from like inappropriate, inadequate, improper knowledge about masturbation and every other thing around it.
Please go on.
And so what I do, like the same approach I give or I go about or I use for drug cases is because the person taking drugs, there's something pursuing the person.
Yeah.
You now tell the person don't take drugs.
What are you running from?
If you were to be in the person's shoe, will you also not take it? So
what
like,
are you running from?
So I target what is pursuing the person.
Absolutely.
So like in this case of masturbation, could it be, oh, you are shy? You don't know that you are the prize. And so you don't know how to approach a girl. You are shy. You are not confident enough. Can we say the lack of confidence is coming from a void? Void created by childhood trauma. So if we deal with the childhood trauma and we also have sessions on confidence building, then you won't need to wank off or jack off or anything. You will just approach women and be able to talk to women.
The only reason why you're approaching women should not also be to satisfy sexual cravings or urges.
No, it should be because it's what you want to do. And then people also need to know that sex. Oh, sorry.
No, please go on.
SEX. Yes.
Sex. Okay. Go on.
Sex is not to relieve you of pressure.
Absolutely.
It's for pleasure.
Yeah.
Even amongst married people, if the reason for reaching out to your spouse is for pleasure and not to relieve you of pressure, if she says no, because women are usually the ones that majorly say no, you will not get angry. You won't take it personal. But the moment it is to relieve you of pressure, and then she says no, you are going to get angry. So what we are now trying to tell him, so like this guy now, there's addiction, is affecting his daily activities, and we want to know during therapy session what is fueling it, and then be able to deal with the issue. If not, you might just be targeting a secondary issue when there is a primary
root cause.
issue.
So I think of it in this way. Here's what I think of as to first respecting like yourself.
Yeah.
So when I say self-respect, please don't think of it as maybe you are just self-respect.
Right.
You know, when you hold yourself in high regard, you will be able to unpack why you do what you do, what you're doing for,
and you'll be able to do what you want to do, not what other people want you to do. You'll be able to say yes to what you want to say yes to, and not because the other person wants you to say yes.
I want to chip in something, and this is not me trying to bash anybody, but parents have a huge role to play.
That's why you don't impregnate a person without having proper education
yourself. So a lot of parents are raising teenagers today, and their lack of involvement in the life of the teenager, and even having education about parenting,
shying away from
the
conversations.
A lot of parents do not.
I'm so sorry to cut you off. You cannot shield them from sexual conversations.
No, you
can't. Need to be able to have those conversations. So deal with that first yourself. Educate yourself first as a parent as to, and not just you're going to regurgitate the things that you have been told or things that you have learned yourself that has put you in the position that you are in as a parent. You need to learn the right things so you can properly educate your child. Remember when we talk about the influence that you have on a child's life, as in it starts to massively dwindle from the age of 7. By the time they're 18, you have 6%, 18 or 15, 6% chance only of influencing those kids.
Where's the bell?
So it's really important, very, very important, that you are so present enough to be able to
from day zero
first deal with your own discomfort with
because
sexual conversation.
You can't give what you
deal
don't
with it. Deal with it. It is a natural part of human life. It is not dirty. It is not a bad thing. It's not a bad word. Those hormones will come. When did they come up for you? Use that information to look at your child. When did they start to come up for you? What wrong information did you get? Oh my God, for you to get clarity in the present, you have to look at the past. And you have to look at your past. You really have to. You have to look at the things that you wish you had done better. That you wish the information that you have now, you had it then to heal that child at that point that you were at where things started to go wrong for you, where you started to learn the wrong things. I hear grown men talk dirty about girls, and I'm like, you are a girl, you have a girl child. You are a father to a female child, and you can sit with nasty beer parlor gist talking about women, but in your head you forget you are also teaching your daughter that. You're teaching your son that.
Knowingly or unknowingly.
In fact, mostly unknowingly.
Yeah.
Because you think you can separate the two. You lie. You cannot. I'm triggered.
Okay. Please finish your thoughts.
Schools have a role to play in ensuring that this education is this sexual education is important.
Very true.
For a lot of time, boys are neglected.
Yeah.
In this conversation of sexual,
so crazy.
Very neglected. I say it all the time that I was in secondary school for 6 years. And this is not sex education for girls now, but that girls were even getting some form of attention regarding their body.
Yeah.
For 6 years in secondary school, we had sanitary pad company come to our school every session.
And it wasn't even like the information was
and it wasn't
accurate.
It wasn't that the information was entirely accurate. But it was
there was an attempt.
It was an opening, it was a door opening that there was a concern about the woman's body.
Right.
There was nothing like that for the boy child all through secondary school. The most information for boys comes from those who were day students, who hear their elder brothers having a conversation around it come to school and come and have that conversation with the rest of us, and there were just so many things moving in the dark web that were getting exposed, that a lot of us were getting exposed to. I was first generation that had phones that could browse in secondary school.
Do you know what boys used to do that in secondary school? They would gather at the back of the class. Do you know what they're doing? They're watching porn in class.
In class. Their brain is stimulated by those things.
Without
I remember
control.
specifically you could go and
Without
download,
control.
you can go and download porn for 30 naira at download shop. And that was because of a lack of education. And we shied away from that conversation. It has put us in this place now. It is important that parents who are raising teenagers first, like Oyiza said, educate themselves.
Yeah.
Sit in the discomfort of understanding how they dealt with that same experience, because it is impossible.
Or what made them
not to deal with that experience. And also, we need to create more communities where this conversation between parents are being heard.
Yeah.
They are having this conversation and educating parents on how to have this conversation with their children.
Yeah.
Not that you go to your child and say, I hope it's not that you're now talking to girls, or boys are now talking to you.
Did you not talk to?
You not talk to?
I hope you're still a virgin.
This boy, I know you're no more a virgin. With the way you are behaving like this, you're no more a virgin.
Those kind of conversations, you already know that I'm no more.
Why are you asking?
Even if I were to be a virgin, I'm sure I'll break it. I'll break it tomorrow.
You already think that I'm not a virgin. If you give imagine a boy you have never had sexual education with, your first conversation, if you give any girl belle, I'll disown you. Somebody you never talked to,
and you have just educated me with belle now. You already sowed the seed of belle into my
brain.
You've never had that,
which is why we see people have gone through the first of Nigeria doesn't even have a system for safe abortions. That's a conversation for another day. Yeah. But because of this type of conversation where we have over glorified being a virgin, we've over glorified it to make it, even people are getting raped and they cannot talk.
Oh my God,
because if you're not a virgin, you are a bad person.
Like your value as a woman has been tied to a very inconsequential, minute part that does not even determine who you are. Like your self-worth, your value has been tied to how many people you've had sex with. Your self-worth, your value has been tied to something a hymen that does not even exist for all women, because vaginas are not all shaped the same. Oh my God, you people are stressing me out.
Let's listen to this voice note.
You people are stressing me out. You people should go and educate. See, you cannot. No, you can. It gets to a certain point where you get in your life. You get to a certain point where like the excuse of I don't know is like ignorance it just tells me that you are lazy. You are.
Okay, hold it.
Mama Caesar, what did you call the name of the podcast? Mama Sota.
Good morning. My name is Damilola. I'm so happy for this young man. I'm so happy for him. And the reason why I'm happy for him is that there's this Yoruba day that says, Kuma Bosori Fuenyo. That is, you should not realize things are going wrong before it is too late. I'm so happy that he could realize this early enough when this thing could still be corrected. You see, the little children at home, you see them jumping from one couch to another, jumping on the window, jumping on anything they see in the house. Even though you ask them to stop, a few minutes after, you see them jumping again. It means that the energy naturally is in them and they must exhaust the energies. That's why they are jumping from one place to another. So the YouTube days gives you energy to do a lot of things, which the end result will affect the old age. The younger age is the input and the old age is the output. So the output will determine the input of everything we have done during our youthful days. There are so many adults now or old people now, that knows one problem or the other, and this is due to their addictions, their excesses when they were youths. So eventually, at their old age, they will be full of regrets, but they cannot turn back the hands of time. Masturbation of a teen has a little advantage and so many disadvantages, which might not even be scientifically proven. Okay? Because some school of thought scientifically still condone it, still allows it that someone can do it. But I am saying this, if you see people who are really addicted to this and have been doing it for a very long time, eventually there's no way you will not tell on their health and their mental health. Okay? Even their marital life as well. So for this young man, I think the way out is, number one, there is nothing we can do on our own. We could make resolutions, but at the end of the day, we might not be able to carry out through it if we want to do it based on our own power or our own knowledge. So I think this young man should call on God to help him. Again, he should avoid staying alone in a place. When he stays alone in a place, then this urge or this thing will come on him and he will want to try again. Okay, he should avoid being alone. He should be in the company of others, and while doing this, I think gradually, when he's able to avoid sometimes of when these urges are coming on, if he was able to avoid it, then constantly doing that, gradually he will overcome it. I pray for him.
Hold on.
God will help him.
What? I didn't say anything. Why are you telling me to hold on?
You see, the answer that Damilola has given is the traditional answer.
Yeah,
to everything. It doesn't. This answer sees masturbation as an isolated problem, and not saying that there is a lack of education that has led to the point where this masturbation now exists, right, and now has progressed to an addiction. This answer that Damilola has given is the average. Let me not be, but it's almost 98% accurate that this is the same answer a certain generation would give.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Because they see masturbation as an isolated problem, and not that there is a lack of sexual education and parental connection with their children, communication gap that has not. Imagine a boy.
So not just communication gap.
Guidance. Now imagine this boy is dealing with this issue. You can't tell me there are no young adults around him. He can't even open up to his own parents. So his parents has failed. The community he goes to has failed. The church he attends has also failed him. The school he has attended has also failed him. That the only option that he has to deal with it is to text anonymously and send us a message, because everyone around him has failed their responsibility. So the masturbation has opened up the cankerworm of the failed system around the young man, which a generation failed woefully.
Yeah.
Right. So if we continue to shy away and say God will help you, God has placed you as the parent. God cannot come down from heaven to help that boy. God has allowed for science, education, research, psychologists, therapists to do research, and they have said that if you educate your children rightly, the same God, put it in quote and unquote, the holy book that you follow, that train a child in the way he should go and he will not depart from it. Did you train your child on sex education?
Do you know why they don't? Many people have issues. Many people don't know the importance
of
education.
They do not have the information because they're still operating on an OS that they got themselves. Again, look, they just did not do the extra work that it comes with. Like, look, I dealt with this problem. Say you were lucky enough to not have manifested an addiction to masturbation, but it's showing up in other ways in your sexual life.
Yeah.
It's showing up in other ways in the way that you bring sexual pleasure to yourself and to other people in your life. So how you deal with sex, how you talk about sex, how you think of sex, it's showing up in that way.
Yeah.
Say you're not masturbating, but it's showing up.
Yeah.
It definitely is. It's showing up in your entitlement to a woman's body.
Yeah.
It's showing up in your entitlement to the fact that you think you deserve this.
Yeah.
It's showing up in several ways that you have not paid attention to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just, dear young man, I really hope that you're listening today right now. I want to first start with saying that please give yourself grace. For so many young boys, they stumbled on masturbation. They stumbled on it, right? They watched porn, it looked good, they did that, it felt good, and then that's where they are. They did not have any information on to what they're doing or what they're not doing or whatnot, and that's what they've grown in, right? First, give yourself grace, right? You didn't know better. Now you've been able to identify that you have a problem, and now we need to fix it. The urges will be almost impossible for you to suppress, but you need to find other things to channel that energy into, right? Pick up a new hobby. Find other things to channel all of that energy into, and it's not by saying, "Oh, aren't there women out there?" I would even say abstinence is the first thing, and it's the hardest thing to do in this world. Abstaining as a human who has, and you are at the peak of your raging emotions, right? No, not emotions, hormones. You are at the peak of your raging hormones right now because you've never done this before. This is your first time. You're figuring it out now. As you grow older, you start to learn the things that work for you, right? So we'll need abstinence. We need to take all of that energy, all of that urge, and channel it into something else. Pick something difficult that would require 100% focus. Pick something difficult. Try learning a new language. Try learning a new skill. Take all of that energy, turn it into something. It will be hard. There will be days where you will falter, but don't feel bad. Get back on the wagon. Any day you fall off the wagon, forgive yourself. You are doing the best that you can with what you know.
It's a journey.
Right? And focus again on that thing that you need to do. You have a focus group that you can talk to. You know who that focus group is? It's us. Right? You have us, you have Dr. Michaels. Anytime you're feeling overwhelmed, don't lock in those. The wrongest thing that you could do is to try and suppress those emotions. Don't. You need to let it flow into something else. Right? You need to let it flow into something else. You need to find something else to put that in, and you have to put your heart into it. It's not easy. Nobody's going to do the heavy lifting for you. You have to do it yourself. Right? But what thing I want you to know is to not feel shame. Do not feel embarrassed. Don't feel shame. You can feel guilt. Right? Because you know that's not what you want to do, and you know that's not what you want to do with yourself. You know that. Identify what you want to do.
Yes.
Identify it.
Yes.
And every time the urge comes up, you take all of that energy and you channel it into what you want to do.
And say. And lack of knowledge is what brings discomfort.
Yes.
And there's only one knowledge. That's knowledge about yourself. So what I'm going to tell this young man, or what we do in therapy, is you want to increase the knowledge about yourself.
Yes.
Knowledge about yourself, because I'm also sensing lack of control over sexual urge.
That's typically what it is.
And
that's it.
And lack of control is coming from inadequate knowledge about yourself.
Of who you are.
How you function. If you are weird.
What makes you thick.
Exactly. If you are weird, there's a reason why you are weird. So you already know that you're not going to join the crowd. So there's a lot. So what we're going to work on is understanding more about yourself. And that would then, because knowledge gives you power.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Knowledge gives you control.
The more that you know of yourself, the calmer, the more in charge.
And you're able to make decisions. Do you know that talking to girls, ladies generally, also helps you see that ladies are not like goddesses or like angels?
Well, we are goddesses and angels.
Yeah, but that's just branding. No, you guys are good, but it then helps us see that. Do you know that I wrote on my Facebook like many years ago that guys don't believe ladies go to the toilet.
That's so weird.
Look at how gorgeous you are. Do you know that it will never cross a man's mind, like the picture of your picture in it? I think Tenny made a video. Sorry, okay, a picture of you in it. It will never cross. So, like, getting to learn how to talk to ladies helps you see that ladies are not like superhumans.
Yeah.
Although they are, but they are not from another planet.
What humans like?
And then it helps us also control our urges too. And then we're able to now make the right decision about our sex life.
Thank you, Dr. Michael.
And there's a reason why parents don't go into education, because we're in a society that needs to be encouraged or to be taught the importance of knowledge.
Yes.
And another thing is that many of us don't know. There's this. We observe that when if a parent has a particular habit that he or she refuses to deal with, and then gives birth to a child at that moment, even if the parent ends up dealing with that trait after the birth of that child, the child already has it, and then will now. That would then encourage parents to say, what I'm dealing with is not. So I will no longer push the responsibility on them and say, it's you. You're not. It will now be, I did not deal with it. I transferred it to you. So I'm now taking the responsibility. Imagine the parent taking responsibility for what's happening in the guy's life, and the boy also taking responsibility for what's happening. Those two people will now be able to work together, and then the parents will now become what you were talking about, accountability partner, or what you say. And then that's when the boy will now be able to talk to young adults and parents around.
Absolutely.
Did I?
Yeah, I think we've fleshed it out enough. But I hope that like this conversation has been able to help you, or will be able to help you, like, go reflect. Reflection is very important. Like, it's almost impossible for you to do anything off the whim without actually looking inward.
Yeah.
You have to.
And there's a lot of work you do.
And in looking inward, you have to actually, like, sit in uncomfortable memories,
Right.
uncomfortable feelings,
Right.
uncomfortable emotions, so you can understand them, not just to intellectualize it, but to understand it, to know the why. To know the why. The why might be something so stupid and flimsy. But the minute you're able to crack the why, you'll be able to start to actually make progress.
Wow, you guys are the best.
We have to let you go now, Dr.
Yes,
Michael.
we do have to let Dr. Michaels go.
Yes.
But it's always a very interesting conversation, always enlightening, always also helps my brain do a bit of heavy lifting.
Right.
So I enjoy it every time.
Gym rats. Dr. Michael, as always, remember you can find this conversation on all social media platforms at Dr. Michael, DoctorMichaels, Dr. Michaels, across all platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. And you can always send Dr. Michael a DM. He's a DM away.
Yeah.
I'm only one text away.
Nibo.
Not me.
It's Dr. Michael. All right, people. See you on the other side.